Alright, apologies if I sound scuffed. I think I'm getting sick. I'm starting this quick video on the cooldown note overview because I think there's a good view of the entire fight. As you can see with our assignments here, we've got a bunch of immunities assigned for the first soak at 37 seconds. 9 of 10 people in this soak are immune either to different immunities. So Turtle immunes the physical damage portion of the hit portion of the soak, but doesn't immune the absorb shield. Bubble immunes both. Um, AMS immunes the absorb, but not the hit. Either way, takes a lot of pressure off. Very, very good. Then after that, we have the second soak, 2 mass barriers. I've assigned a Spirit Link. Hydro, if you think it's used better elsewhere, by all means, you're a healer, reassign your cooldowns. I try not to assign healer shit too much. In fact, this is the only heal cooldown I've assigned. But we've got 2 mass barriers, 2 Zephyrs, a Darkness, a Shout. I'm going to spell ward in myself. There's a lot going for this one. So there's no immunes, but yeah. And reminder, if you are doing a soak and you are not using an immune, you need to pop a big ass defensive because we have free healers and I don't put more pressure on them. Come on, man. Um, and then the third soak, we have more immunities. Um, we have Zephyrs as well. We have another shout. Basically, this is just to make sure that this isn't a problem and we can focus down the ads properly. Minimal stress. We got some mass barriers for the knockback here. Yeah, the assignments aren't too crazy, but it's very important to know that if you're in the first set, you're using immunities. If you're in the third set, you're using immunities. Tist as a heads up. Um, if we are somehow turbo fast in the intermission, like you see here, if we only got a 2 dot intermission, you wouldn't be able to bubble the third one. I don't think we're that fast. I think it's pretty realistic that we get minimum 5 stacks. Um, so you should have bubble, but if you don't, just pop a defensive, man. That's okay. Even if you don't have your immunity, you are still doing the soak. You are still popping something. If everyone's in the soak, we don't die. Cool. Soak groups. First soak, second soak, third soak. Pause if you need to see it. And then we have CC assignments. So I tried to limit the amount of people that I assigned. It's 10 people. There are only 10 people assigned to CC. Um, that was like the best I could do. Maybe there's a better way to do it. I don't know. This took me like 3 hours. If this is bad, I'm going to cry. Please, 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 please follow these assignments. Please. Uh, so yeah, we have like a general pattern is we try to use something like Champion Spear or Vortex early on to group up the ads better. Then we got 2 stuns and a knockback if it's needed. Chances are the ads are dead at this point. We have a roar um, into Vortex, stuns, knockback if needed. You'll see Shato, you are assigned on a good amount of CC. Unfortunately, Feral Druid is very not good for this fight, but your utility is actually very, very good for this fight. So you've kind of like forced yourself into the comp through raid buff and utility. So lock in on these ads, do your job properly. We all good. The roles are assigned specifically around these ads where there's a soak in between, so that basically if someone that is meant to be doing CC has some fuckery, we have extended CC because of the roles. And yeah, so if you are not assigned to do CC, then um, your CC is always a backup. which means if you see the ads escaping, then obviously use something. That could be maybe promise gripping an ad. Who else isn't assigned? I don't think Vinci or Aespa have any assignments. Maybe Vera has a route. Use something, man. Just anything to make sure, like even a Hodge from Tist can clutch the fight, right? Um, the 10 people assigned to CC are Polly, Serena, Carano, Shato, Kube, Vitri, Michael, Nick, Nene. I believe Kakuna's down here. Yeah, later on in the fight. I think that's the 10. I believe that's the 10. Then we have our pillar groups. These groups might not be balanced in terms of damage just yet. We can always swap them around mid-fight. Let's see some intermissions before we decide whether this is going to work or not. But basically, the square pillar is basically a melee god comp pillar. And then cross pillar is the one that's going to have the echo tanked by it. So these are mostly funnel people or people that are going to have nice echo damage. And then the first pillar is again people that do mostly magic damage, so they benefit from the EH raid buff shit. You've got split cleavers and stuff like that. So yeah, there might be some changes to this based on intermission damage, but we will see. Some PI assignments at the bottom. Nick and Serena, very nice. Yeah. So going into intermission, I want to bring up a pretty important thing here for the melees so that we can benefit the ranged. You'll see from his Rep Paladin POV, intermission starts, and he runs to basically the outside of the room section in respect to the collector. So these lines that come from the collector are baited on players as well as random, I think. I don't know whether they're entirely baited on players, but we'll see. Yeah, so you saw 3 of them at least were baited on players. 2 random, I'm not sure. But by being on this side, so facing away from the center of the room, this allows the lines not to be like, what these people are fucking trolling because well, they might not be, but these lines could be pointed at the other collectors, and this creates problems for the other people. If our ranged are playing bullet hell, trying to dodge lines, they can't do fuck all damage. But I've just realized their Shadow Priest is called Monkey Gooch. What a name. Yeah, basically just melee, stand between the collector and the wall, around the back of the collector, basically, so that our range and our healers have a bit more freedom, a bit more agency. They can do their jobs properly. I believe I had one more thing. Yes. So we will go to the first soak here. This guy's not soaking, but that's fine. So, holy fuck, that soak is done close. Anyway. So, they're soaking here. Is this guy not even going to swap to the Echo? Based. Right. So, wait, is this second soak? I should have pre-prepped this part. Oh well. Yeah, so no, this is the first soak. No, it's not. Where the fuck is the first soak? 10 seconds from now. Okay. My bad, guys. Sorry to fill your time. So the first soak is going to come out, and this is the Echo that needs to die. I believe these guys' comp is just relying on range to fully kill it, but we as melee would be switching over to it. Now, there is a point, this point, where the dodges activate. If you are a melee and you are on the add, as you should be in our assignments, um, as these orbs come out, there's been a lot of deaths during crossing back from the Echo back to the boss. And so when this collect is activated, either just dodge shit and be based, or if you are crossing back to the boss from the Echo, do not use a charge ability or something that doesn't allow you full control of your character. I've seen multiple times that people get caught out charging and an orb just clips them as they're charging. And they can't cancel the charge or anything, they just fucking die. Um yeah, so just make sure you're in control of your character when these orbs are coming out, otherwise you'll die randomly. Another thing is when these dodges come out, we all need to be very aware because when these orbs come through boss, they pretty much always kill a melee. Polly can try to goalkeeper them a little bit, but he can only take like one or two at a time without like really stressing out the healers. So I mean, look at this guy. He plays it so safe, and by virtue of doing that, he's going to be alive the whole fight. Just make sure you're not getting caught out by these dodges. Um, we have so much raid cooldowns assigned to the big damage event portions of the fight that if you do the dodges right, this fight is like zero difficulty. But if you don't, then yeah. Okay, I think I'm done yapping. That was 12 minutes. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. Um, anything else? I'll just kind of send as a message. My bad.